All right, let's talk about a big one. Have you ever wondered what it really takes to compete for a World Championship sailing title? Well, today, we're going to break it all down. We're using the official notice of race for the 2026 ILCA Masters Worlds in beautiful Athens, Greece, as our guide. So let's get into it.
You know, this is the question, isn't it? It's not just about being fast on the water. It's also about the prep, the paperwork, and knowing all the rules inside and out. So let's walk through the whole journey together, from your desk all the way to that starting line.
Okay, first things first. Before we dive into all the nitty-gritty details of applications and rules, we've got to cover the absolute basics. You know, the big three. What is it, where is it, and when is it?
So, go ahead and mark your calendars. The main event is the 2026 ILCA 6 Masters World Championships. It's all happening from May 30th to June 7th. And the location? Kalamaki, Athens. I mean, come on. The historic heart of sailing is calling.
So, you've got the date, you've got the place. The next big question you got to ask yourself is, can I compete? Let's take a look and see if you're eligible.
Now, this is what makes a Masters event so cool. It's not just one giant free-for-all. They break it down into 5 different age categories. You've got apprentice for sailors aged 30 to 44, then master, grandmaster, great grandmaster, all the way up to the truly amazing legend category for anyone 75 and over. So, step 1 is figuring out which fleet is yours.
Of course, age is just one piece of the puzzle. The notice of race lists a few other must-haves. You need to be a fully paid-up member of ILCA, that's the International Laser Class Association, and your country's national sailing authority. You also have to have a World Sailing Sailor ID, which is pretty easy to get online. And it's important to note, as stated directly in the official notice, competitors holding only Russian or Belarusian nationality are not eligible to enter at this time.
Okay, so you check all the boxes. You're eligible. That's awesome. Now for the really practical stuff. How do you actually apply? What are the deadlines? And, of course, how much is it going to cost?
Timing here is absolutely everything. You need to get these dates in your calendar right now. Applications open up on December 4th, 2025. Then you have until February 2nd, 2026 to get that initial application submitted. After that, the final deadline to actually complete your entry, once you get an offer, is May 3rd. You really don't want to miss these.
So let's talk money. If you get everything done and paid up before that final May 3rd closing date, the standard entry fee is $495 US. But, and this is a big but, if you wait, it's going to cost you. A late entry, assuming they even accept it, jumps up by $100 to $595. The lesson here is simple, right? Get it done on time and save that extra cash for some souvlaki in Athens. And it's not quite as simple as just signing up. There's a process. First, you apply online and pay a $50 fee. Then, and this is super important to understand, your own National Sailing Association reviews all the applications and ranks them. So it's not first come, first served. Your recent race results can actually matter here. After that, if all goes well, you'll get an entry offer in your email. Then you just have to accept it and pay the rest of the fee. It's a pretty clear 4-step path.
All right, you did it. You're in. Paperwork's done. Now, we get to the fun part, the actual racing. Let's talk about what you can expect once you actually hit the water in Athens.
So we're talking about the ILCA 6 Masters, which means, naturally, you'll be sailing an ILCA dinghy. Now, for anyone who's been around for a while, you'll know this boat by its famous former name, the Laser. It's a super strict, one-design boat, which is great, because it means the racing is all about the sailor, not the gear. So here's the racing format in a nutshell. It's a tough schedule, for sure. They're planning a single series of 12 races. That usually works out to 2 races a day, back-to-back, and they're aiming for each one to last about 50 minutes. You'll be sailing a Trapezoid course, and they have to complete at least 4 races to make it an official championship. But here's the good news. As soon as those 4 races are done, you get to throw out your single worst score. We're in the home stretch now. But listen, don't tune out, because this last section is probably the most important of all. This is the fine print, the stuff you absolutely have to know about safety, the rules, and your own responsibilities before you even think about rigging your boat.
You couldn't ask for a clearer rule. A personal flotation device, a PFD, has to be worn at all times when you're on the water. No ifs, ands, or buts. This is completely non-negotiable, and it's for your safety and everyone else's.
This is a direct quote from the official document, and you really need to let it sink in. When you compete at this level, the final responsibility for your safety and your boat falls on you. The official word is, competitors take part in the event at their own risk.
And building on that, this is what at your own risk really means in practice. You've got to arrange your own liability insurance. It's on you to make sure your boat is in safe, seaworthy condition. And by signing up, you're basically declaring that you're a competent sailor who can handle your boat in whatever conditions the Aegean Sea decides to throw at you.
And just so you know who's running the show, the whole championship is put on by the International Laser Class Association and the local host, the Nautical Club of Kalamaki. And everything is governed by the official rules of world sailing.
So after all of that, the rules, the dates, the fees, the responsibilities, it all comes back to that one big question. You've got the guide now. You know exactly what it takes. So the only thing left to ask yourself is, are you ready to race in Athens?